Welcome, anime fans. I'm Anime Outlet. What if Deku was the son of Endeavor? Part 4. Before I do get into this, I'd like to ask all of you to go check out the link in the description, or there might be some end card up in the top corner that will direct you towards a new channel of mine called Toast, and that's where I'm going to be animating a character called Toast. I already uploaded a video where I'm going to be making an object show, so if you want to go ahead and voice one of the characters in that object show, go ahead and watch that video. It will tell you all the instructions there. Now, back into the video. Where I left off is Zuko and his team just won the cavalry battle, as it's now time for the 1v1 tournament. First up is Izuku versus Shinso. Izuku immediately gets into a fighting position once getting up there, as Shinso doesn't really know what to do. As soon as the match starts, Shinso starts to trash talk Izuku and his family, supposedly trying to get to Izuku to break and yell at him. However, Izuku has been through tons of years of training. He knows not to break and show the enemy emotion, as that could be the biggest factor to someone's demise. So, Izuku stays quiet and slowly just walks towards Shinso, not even looking at him. Izuku just slowly walks towards Shinso, as it just gets creepier and creepier to Shinso. He's getting scared and scareder at the second. As Izuku just keeps walking, I'm kind of getting, like, I haven't watched JoJo, but it's kind of like when, I believe, Dio was walking or something like that. I haven't watched it, so, but he's just walking, and as soon as he gets close to Shinso, Izuku just pushes Shinso, who stumbles back and falls out of the arena. Izuku just looks down on Shinso and says, "Really was that easy to take you out because of me just walking towards you? Sad and pitiful. If you don't want people looking down on you, I suggest you start training. Stop whining about how bad your quirk is. Start training for it. Oh, my father left me when I was a child, all to go to some kid named Todoroki over there. I'm still stronger than him, so I don't care." As Izuku walks away. Once the second match rolls around, it is Izuku versus Ida. Ida immediately tries to use his engines to blast right towards Izuku and push him off using a reciprocal burst. However, Izuku sprays a ring of water around the arena, as Izuku turns that into lighter fluid, puts a small flame in his hand, and touches the fluid as it lights up in flames. As Ida now can't run unless he wants to risk running into the flames and possibly getting hurt. Izuku continues to make the flames bigger and bigger until Ida has nowhere to run, as Izuku just sends a tornado of fire barreling towards Ida, which sweeps him up and throws him out of the arena. The next match is Bakugo versus Izuku in the semi-finals. Izuku gets into a stance as Bakugo yells that he's going to defeat him and prove he's the strongest in Class 1A. Bakugo charges right in on Izuku, only to have Izuku dodge him and say, "Bakugo, how many years have you trained?" "Definitely not compared to how much I've trained. As Izuku merely slaps Bakugo away and throws a fire fist, hitting Bakugo and smashing him into the ground. Izuku then puts fire around one fist and water around the other and slams them together as the fire and water start to mix, giving some sort of thermal energy type thing, as Izuku's whole body is covered in this mix of water and fire, as Izuku charges right in on Bakugo, grabs his head, throws him up, jumps up, and smashes him back down into the arena. The whole audience is shocked by this display of power. Izuku is some type of god in their eyes. He is so powerful, it's insane. Izuku grabs the head of a very bruised Bakugo, and Bakugo is almost about to be knocked out. Izuku just looks at Bakugo and laughs. You really think you can defeat me, Bakugo? Think again. As Izuku tosses Bakugo out of the arena, winning the match. I remember I read one comment saying, why are your Izukus always so, why are your Izukus always, they're not as happy as the Izuku in canon, and it's always serious? Well, to answer that question, I'm not sure. It's just how I picture Izuku. If he was a smart character, years of bullying wouldn't make you, sure it could make you timid, but it could also make you, strong as hell, because you know all the insults and you shouldn't get scared to them anymore, especially if you've already gotten a very powerful power. So now it's time for the finale. Izuku versus Todoroki. Something Izuku was waiting for practically his whole life. His chance to show Endeavor that he made a mistake leaving his mother. Izuku and Todoroki get into a fighting position as Todoroki launches towards Izuku using his ice, which Izuku merely puts a flame in his hand, reaches back and swipes as a huge flame wave goes right towards Todoroki, melting all his ice and also burning Todoroki. Todoroki continues to try and get close to Izuku, thinking that's probably his only bet, as his ice won't work against him and his fire can easily be put out, so he has to go in for hand-to-hand combat. Izuku realizes what Todoroki's trying to do and lets his guard down, letting Todoroki get closer, only for at the exact moment Todoroki's right about to throw a punch, Izuku dodges, puts it he has one of his fists in fire, one of his fists in ice. He punches, or he can also freeze water. I don't know if I said that, but now he has also an ice ability. He's unlocking powers as he goes. Izuku's ice, and he smashes the ice against Todoroki's cheek, and then does the same to the other one, smashing Todoroki's face into the concrete before kicking him out of the arena. Todoroki's ice wall was barely able to save him, as Todoroki thinks, I can't lose to this reject. My father rejected him, and I should be able to beat him. As he said I was the perfect one. As Todoroki gets up with one of his eyes ice white and the other burning red, fire red, orange, yellow, as Izuku sees what had happened to him at the USJ is now happening to Todoroki. Izuku thinks, well, now would be a good time to, get that power back, huh? I haven't been able to activate it since the USJ. Maybe I'll be able to activate it now. As Izuku starts to power up as well, as a blue appears on one of his eyes, and another blue, but darker, appears on the other. Blue flames and water, basically. As Izuku starts to power up, as around him, it's almost like a flame and water aura. The flame is flowing like water, which I believe is something that the creator of Dragon Ball Z or something like that, and DBZ Super, that one of the characters said was how the Ultra Instinct aura was. It's like flames flowing like water around it. Suku, with Todoroki, his aura is very small and jagged like ice. So as Zuko charges in on Todoroki, I wonder how many times I've said that throughout all my what ifs, but as Zuko charges right at Todoroki and throws a punch, Todoroki was able to dodge and sends a huge iceberg right towards Zuko, who easily puts up a flame wall and melts it as they both continue to go back and forth with each other, throwing attack for an attack. Suku finally gets enough of this, powers up to full power, how much he's trained, and puts all his energy into one last punch. His fire, his water, and his training, as Izuku's fist connected with the middle of Todoroki's face, sending Todoroki flying towards the back end of the arena, making Izuku the winner of the match. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. Sorry this isn't a 20-minute video. It's just like these old what ifs I want to kind of spread out more because I'm losing some ideas making animations. It's like I'm only thinking about those ideas and not what if ideas. So I'm sorry for that. But I thank you all for watching. Make sure you go check the link in the description for the channel Toast. And thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye.